Marlea Note. My name is Marley and I just wanted to come on, explain what the Marlea Note is, and introduce myself to you guys. So I am a classical musician. I play the viola. I'm currently playing with the New World Symphony in my second season. I also play with the Grant Park Orchestra in Chicago over the summers, and I'm also the principal violist of the Chicago Sinfonietta. I've been playing music for a really long time, probably like many of you, and music holds a very special place in my heart. I started playing the violin when I was 6 and switched over to the viola when I turned 12. When I learned that I could make music my career, I started my journey at the Oberlin Conservatory and kept going through to grad school at the Yale School of Music and ended up here in Miami Beach. Over the last year, I've had a lot of time, like many of you, I'm sure, to just sit and be with myself. And some of those moments were uncomfortable, but it really gave me the time I think that I needed to sit and think about what I love about music and why I love to play, and some things that I love to do outside of music. I wanted to create a way for us to talk about music and why we love playing it so much, and maybe some of the things that go on behind the scenes, like what a typical practice session looks like, or what equipment am I using? How do I prepare for orchestra auditions, festival auditions, or even manage my anxiety when it comes to playing on stage? There's so much that goes into being a professional musician that a lot of people don't get to see, and it's really fascinating, and I wanted to be able to not only share that with those that don't get to see what goes on backstage or in the practice room, but I also wanted to be able to talk about our experiences as musicians together. Like, what are you doing for your warm-up routine? I want to know. Not only did I want to create a space for musicians and music lovers to be able to talk about what it means to be a professional musician off stage. As a musician who has other passions and interests, I wanted to create an opportunity for myself and perhaps some of you to be able to talk about that kind of stuff. Some of the other topics that I wanted to talk about here on my channel are, just like music, very near and dear to my heart. For as long as I can remember, I've always loved fashion and beauty and getting glammed up for concerts. But I feel like as classical musicians, we don't get to discuss fashion and beauty at least as much as I'd like to. So if you're like me and you like finding the best ways to spice up your concert black while still following the handbook, then this is a place for you. I also love beauty and makeup. I love makeup and finding out, you know, what's the best foundation that I could wear on stage so that I know that I'm gonna look flawless and fabulous by the time the concert's over, even though I've been sweating for an hour. I also want to talk about skincare. I want to talk about the products that you guys are wearing to make sure that your skin is staying glowing, healthy, and ready for the stage, because sometimes you're playing a concert, it's a camera that's close to your face. Here at New World, they like to broadcast our concerts on a really huge wall, and it's in 4K. You can see my pores. I want to cover those pores. So let's talk about skincare, makeup, beauty. Love it. Like I mentioned earlier, we had a lot, too much time to ourselves this last year, and for some, probably most, it was a really hard and challenging time. And I can only speak for myself, but for me personally, anxiety through the roof, depression, not so great. These are things that I want to be able to talk about on this channel as well, and be really open and honest about our experiences as musicians, but just as humans. I think that the classical music world is getting better about talking about mental health, but I really want to be able to talk with you guys and hear from you about your experiences, and just open up and be honest and real. Take back the curtain a little bit from what we see on stage, you know, the perfection that is demanded of us. That can start to become a little toxic. I personally, even before this year, have had my ups and downs. I've had some struggles with mental health, anxiety, performance anxiety, and I know I'm not alone in that. I know that many musicians struggle with that as well. So this is a channel for that too. Along with mental health, we also have physical health. Fitness is a whole other video. I've struggled so many times. This last year actually has been the longest that I've set out on a fitness journey, and I kind of want to talk about that with you guys. It's been really interesting becoming more in tune with my body and showing it a little bit more love than I'm used to. Yeah, as musicians, our bodies are essentially an extension of our own instruments, and for some it is your instrument. So let's talk about taking care of ourselves physically, mentally, the whole picture, the full musician. But if any of this sounds exciting, interesting, hopefully to you, if you connect with any of this, if you want to talk about music, fashion, beauty, health, wellness, and fitness, the Marlea Note is your place. If this is something that you're interested in, or if you have something specific that you'd want me to cover on my channel, please leave a comment down below. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me every week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here at the Marlea Note.